opportunity this weekend to be at a youth retreat in southern New Jersey. We had some 40 young people there. And one of them said to me, he said, you know, I hear you saying that we can live holy, that we can live this life for the Lord. He said, but what is in it for me? Because it seems like all this Christianity thing is a bunch of don't do this and don't do that. We tried to explain to him, man, well, look, God wants you to do it, and he's going to bless you, and it didn't hit him. And he said, you know what? Who cares? We said, you know, what if you die before your time and you never get an opportunity to really live your life for the Lord? And he said, well, it doesn't matter if I have a legacy. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, they just made a movie about Biggie Smalls last year. He's been dead for years, but he still gets this acclaim and this glory. And on the spot, while he was talking, the Lord gave me this quick illustration that I'm going to share, and I'm going to get out of your way. He told me as I was sitting there listening to this young man, 19 years old, telling me why he thought, even though Biggie Smalls died at 24 years old, that his life was more meaningful because he was famous and because he had girls and money. And the Lord said to me while I was listening to him, I wonder what Biggie Smalls would say if he heard the young people saying, wow, Biggie Smalls was the man now. And if Biggie Smalls never had an opportunity to get to know the Lord Jesus, I believe he would take the title line from his 3 albums. I believe, Pastor Tim, we would have a 3-night revival right here at Heaven's Gate. I believe Biggie would come into the back. Pastor Tim would escort him to his seat, and when he got up to share, he would say, my first sermon title is Ready to Die. Biggie's album, 1994, Ready to Die, multi-platinum album. He explained and expressed that I'm ready to die. I'm the man. I'm ready to die. I got everything that I want. I believe if Biggie came on that first night, he would articulate that he was not prepared to see Jesus. That he wasn't ready to die. Amen. That he thought he had more time. He thought he could get it together later. But once he got where he was going, if he could come back and tell you anything, he would say, you need to be prepared to die, because I wasn't. I believe the first night we would have an awesome altar call and lives would be changed so much that Pastor Tim would say, come back like tomorrow, we're going to do it again. I believe if he came back, he would use the title of his second album, came out in 1997, and say Life After Death. I believe he would come and share that the life after death is not all he thought it would be. He partied all he could on the earth, but when he went to see his maker, the Lord said, depart from me, because I never knew you. Amen. Enter into a place prepared for the devil and his angels. I believe Biggie would say, it's weeping and gnashing of teeth. Everybody is wailing and crying. I'm being burned over and over, and I'm not being consumed. It's nothing I can do. I believe Biggie would say, don't come here. If you can do anything, don't come where I'm at. Listen to what they're saying. Don't ignore them, because if you come here, weeping and gnashing of teeth, this mourning and wailing, it's pain beyond anything you can imagine. I believe that second night, those that were on the fence, some of those would run to the altar. But I believe we would say, well, Biggie, if you don't mind, on your last day before you have to go back to hell, could you just give us one more message? I believe that he would come up and preach a message from his last album. Came out in 1999, Born Again. And I believe he would say to you young people, and everyone under the sound of my voice, no matter what's going on in this world, you must be born again. Because if you're not born again from the inside, then what good is it? Young people, what profits it a man to gain the whole world and at the end of the day lose his soul?
Now I know we had to do it again, right? Oh, but this time I brought the band of singers with me. Let's give it to them, y'all.